And what would the world be like without raclette? It's all coming to an end. Now, I'm already sad. It's now the big era with the best by Maserati. It's a bad day. And it's not just because of the weather, no. The reason we're in front of a church today is because we're going to have a funeral. Yes, the Maserati V8 funeral. It's your last chance to get a V8. And to celebrate, what have they done? They've released 2 special series, including this Ghibli 334. Sorry, we roughed it up a bit. Ultima. This car hides a V8 under its hood. A twin-turbo V8 producing 580 PS and 729 Newton meters of torque. This engine will disappear. And what are the special features of this edition? Well, a few cosmetic elements, touches of carbon fiber throughout the car's interior, on the mirror caps, door sills and rear spoilers. A lot of small details that give a more exclusive look, but perhaps Maserati should have done more for such an edition. In the same spirit, we've got some nice forged rims. And last but not least, special Pirelli P0 tires. Why? To go faster, of course. Compared to the Trofeo version, with the same engine, it accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 4/10 faster. And why the 334 lettering on the fenders? To indicate that this car has a maximum speed of 334 kilometers per hour, faster than the Bentley Flying Spur Speed. Spur Speed, which only goes 333 kilometers per hour. Yes, I agree with you. It's like a contest of, yes, the biggest. And 334 kilometers per hour is also more than the MC20 does. We also have a black and terracotta interior. It's like brown but prettier, light brown, pale brown. It's quite nice. With Alcantara seat upholstery, Alcantara also for the headliner. An Italian car without Alcantara isn't really an Italian car. And a numbered plaque, 103 on the center console. You may be wondering, why only 103 cars? Because, tipo 103. As a refresh, this is the Maserati 5000 GT launched in 1960, which for the first time was powered by, yes, that's right, a V8. You know, there haven't been many V8 engines in Maserati's history. The very first one in the 60s. At the time this V8 engine came from a race car, from the 450S, it already had 350 PS. And then they adapted it to other cars, less extreme cars, Maserati Indy and Maserati Mexico. Engine power has dropped below 300 PS. And then we had the 4AC32, 3.2 liters, twin turbo V8 under the hood of the 3200 GT with boomerang taillights. This engine had a power output of 370 PS. And then suddenly, Ferrari arrived. V8 F136, an exhilarating naturally aspirated engine that was also used for the Modena. It's now the big era with the best by Maserati, who made noise 10 kilometers away.
Come on.
Let's go.
Sound, sound, sound. Feel it, feel it. It's about emotion.
Under the hood of the Gran Turismo, under the hood of the 4200 GT, a 4.2 liters engine that became a 4.7 liters. And then today, well, since 2013, we've arrived at the era of twin turbo V8s, 3.8 liters. Like this one, like the Levante one, we may see a little later. These engines develop 580 PS and 730 Newton meters of torque, as in the Trofeo variants. Very promising. These beautiful cars compete with Germany's BMW M5, but really, no one wants to know if it's better than a BMW M5. We're here to say goodbye to the V8, to listen to it one last time. Enjoy the beauty of these engines, what makes them so warm, so delightful. Enjoy what we're not going to have anymore. And all these sensations, all these emotions, it's all coming to an end. Now, I'm already sad. Behind the wheel, the Maserati Ghibli is an old generation car. The interior has a lot of button controls. There are still dials with needles, but we're here for the V8, and the V8 in this car is perhaps a little too quiet. But the good thing is that it's easy to forget. When you need power, just press the right pedal, take advantage of the available torque. And yes, this is a rear-wheel drive car. In calm driving conditions, it's smooth. The damping is calibrated to be soft. As before, you can select different modes. You have Sport and Corsa. But, well, if you compare it to a BMW M5, it's got a lot less kick. You have an 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox, like in the BMW, but here, the gearbox is less responsive. It's a quiet car to enjoy life in. Even if the standards aren't up to German standards, in this Ghibli, there's something to be said for Italian charm. Yes, we're fine. And here you can see the SUV by Maserati.
Levante.
V8 Ultima, the very last of its kind, with the same engine as the Ghibli we've just driven, with the same power, 580 PS and 730 Newton meters of torque, but with a few differences, 200 kilos heavier and four-wheel drive. As with the Ghibli, it's hard to see that this is a special series. You have this pretty blue body color, but also an absolute black.
Nero assoluto.
There will be 103 units of black and 103 units of blue, 206 in total. The latest Maserati Levante V8 SUVs to leave the factory. Funny detail about this, take a closer look. No, it's not stickers, it's painted. V8 Ultima. Inside the car, you'll find the same special features as in the Ghibli, with superb pale brown seats.
Terracotta.
And logos in the headrests. And yes, we have the same criticism to make us with Ghibli. Needle type counters are getting a bit old. It's all a bit old-fashioned. That's the last of them. It's over. Well, let's go and see how it moves on the road.
You're not really surprised. It's a big baby, 2 tons 240, but the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is achieved in 4.1 seconds, as fast as an Audi RS3. We're heading for Livigno, lots of snow. We won't reach here. Our top speed of 302 kilometers per hour. This gives me time to play with the car's different modes. And yes, the ESP can be switched off. It's unusual in this kind of car. You can feel the transmission at work. At first, power is more at the rear, then it gradually shifts to the front. When it slides, it's a lot of fun. Given the weather, we obviously have winter tires. That's it. When you really insist on making it go sideways, you wonder if the ESP is really off or if the transmission is handling everything. We're lulled by the sound of the Maserati V8. Well, it's not the Gran Turismo of the great era, but still. A little less noise, but still warm and inviting. It's true that the buttons aren't very premium. They don't look very luxurious. But listen to this on the other hand. This is real metal, even aluminium. Our ears are caressed. And what incredible scenery.
And now, it's over. The latest Maserati V8, they are here. Levante V8 Ultima, Ghibli 334 Ultima, V8 196 800 euros, 205 400 euros. So maybe you'll be able to sign up for one of the 103 units, and it will undoubtedly be a good decision. V8s are still very pleasant, very exciting engines. A V8 gives the same pleasure as a purring cat. A V8 doesn't make you aggressive, but it makes you want to drive calmly, peacefully, makes you want to drive for a long time in magnificent landscapes. And all this with the added benefit of a substantial reserve of power from time to time. It's a bit like raclette cheese dripping onto a potato. And what would the world be like without raclette? Well, that's what's going to happen to us. It's a world without raclette. It's a world without V8 engines. And that's a sadness that leaves me speechless.